gonna edit shit. What's up, everybody? Matt here from hopsgeeknews. Lauren and our old pal from Salt Lake City, Brian O'Halloran. Of course, at Galaxy Con Richmond this time. And we're drinking some beers. We're going to talk about some floor action. There is a very exciting cruise coming up next year we're going to talk about. And then 420 Mallrats. We're going to wrap it all up.
420 on Easter this year. So Mallrats is your go-to movie.
It's true. He has risen. Or whatever they say.
Did that?
No. So first things first, Lauren and I are drinking Hardywood's Great Return IPA, which, Lauren, how would you describe this IPA of all of our IPAs I've ever had?
It's a classic go-to IPA. I like it. It's very hop forward. I got it in my fancy bunny tail koozie with my little Wolvie and Deadpool. It's a great, fantastic walk around and buy things you don't need kind of beer.
Exactly. 7.5%. Delicious. Brian, what do you have over here?
I got a Richmond Lager, Hardywood Richmond Lager, American craft lager. That's right, no tariffs here.
American. Got that?
No tariffs here, Modelo.
So there's a lot going on. Of course, the last time we got to talk was right around the release of Clerks 3. We didn't do spoilers then.
Still was not emotionally recovered from.
Recently, I have gotten to watch that like right after. But we're not here to talk about that today. Lauren, what is it that we are?
But I will plug it.
You will. What's this plug?
There you go, Clerks 3, pick it up. Find it online.
Emotionally devastating.
Buy it from the Jay and Silent Bob Secret Stash stores. Beautiful red bank rice.
Yes.
Which I have been to since we interviewed, and it is like a KevinSmith movie museum. You should 100% go there if you're in the area.
Absolutely. You can even get married in there. It's got a little
I'm ordained. Do you want to get married in there? Because I'm ordained. I will do it.
Now I want to get divorced and remarried.
I will do it today.
There you go.
I wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Yeah, that's my life.
It's true.
I have to pay you for things every year.
Of course, yeah.
It's copyright.
That's fair. My bad. So you want to talk about The Floor, though? That's a show you've been big into.
Yes. So this beautiful gentleman has been on the floor recently. If you don't know, you've won more than almost anybody else, if not anybody else in the floor.
Besides the winners of the previous two seasons who win too much.
Season
For
3.
those who don't know, it's a game show on Fox. It's hosted by the great Rob Lowe. Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock on Fox is our airtime. I've been on it now. We're up to, as of this taping right now, we are 8 episodes deep, and I'm into it that long. And you win a bunch of trivia that's like flashcards almost, but it's on screens. You have different subjects. Everybody's an expert in a certain field. I was convenience. And what you do is you battle each other up against the community as long as you inherit their floor. And as of this taping, I have one of the largest pieces of 14. But I had the largest pieces for 6 episodes straight, totaling every episode. If you have the largest piece, $2,000. And I've been able to accrue $110,000.
Oh.
Okay. By far the most impressive that I've seen is the architecture.
Correct.
How did you get the architect? Because some of those I'm looking, I'm like, that's a castle. How does that one work?
I'm not going to lie, I'm a travel fan. I've seen some things. I've always been interested in architecture in general, but I was going up against a woman who works for a museum and does architectural tours in one of the greatest architecture cities, Chicago. Hi, Madeline, shout out to you. You're a phenomenal opponent. And she got a little tripped up on San Francisco's Trans-American building.
Yes.
So without that, and then there's the other one, Tesor, that she tripped up a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I passed on 1 or 2 of them myself, but I was able to survive. And once she who had accumulated 1 more against at the time went down, I went on a rampage, taking out a woman with classic films, and then we went.
Well, a couple of those were classic films and then directors.
Right.
So was there extra pressure added on to you? Because I know you talked about actually.
We did. We said it on the show. When
Yes.
it came up to I inherited directors, and I was challenged on directors as well. And so, knowing that you're going up against an actor versus directors, I was just hoping that I wouldn't see Kevin up there, and then me. To be honest with you, I would have jokingly passed. Like,
I'm going home. Sorry, guys. I
No.
feel like they didn't give you the deserved respect because in episode 1, I was showing Lauren. We had Olympic athletes. We had Harlem Globetrotter, and then they just conveniently passed over
Well, you know what it was? I think in the editing they realized, oh, he won't be activated this week. Let's wait till the second episode when he did activate, and then it's a way to feed the fire. So, editing-wise, I understood. Because after the first week, a lot of people were like, how come they're putting out the Olympic athlete and a globetrotter and a bachelor couple? And I was just like, calm down.
Watching. But, you know, you were a New York Rangers fan, and you're a fan. What was the specifics? Because you can bring two outfits and you watch them. So how did that all work out? I guess for me, I'm like, how long does it take to film?
Right. So first off, they asked you to send in 5 looks. What would you like to wear? So I got this. I actually had bought a smock that I would wear in Clerks, but without the Quick Start logo. I was trying to play tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. And then just 3 other regular outfits. When I said in the email when I sent the files, I said, look, the hockey jersey is my #1 choice. And I had found a place called hockeymonkey.com which sold non-labeled jerseys. So I ordered it from them and took the photos, and they were like, it took a week before you get the approval or not. And they go, wardrobe got back to us, you're approved for the hockey jersey. So then what you got to do is you have to buy 2 of everything. So I had to buy 2 of these, 2 of the pants. I only needed 1 pair of the sneakers. But once that was done, I was like, all right, I'm in. And I was so happy about it. Because I remember the first season, I'm like, you got to somehow stand out on the floor visually as they pan thing.
Yeah.
And this was something I was like, this is visual.
Nobody else is wearing hockey.
Or on jerseys of any sort.
It's very dressive, it's
Correct.
very like formal.
Suits.
Correct.
A lot of guys wearing suits.
A lot of guys in suits, a lot of girls love the fuchsia, the pink kind of dresses. And so I was like, I got to do something different. Plus, my fan base knows that I'm a huge hockey fan. You know, Clerks, we played hockey on the roof team. Kevin, for years, wore nothing but
You had the
hockey
Clerks
jerseys.
94 jersey on yesterday.
Correct.
One of the most beautiful. Yes.
So it's the type of thing that I enjoy wearing. So I was in bed.
Well, we can't wait to see how the floor ends. I'm not big into game shows, and not probably something.
I talked to her about all the
It's very,
I'm a big game show.
and it's very easy for an audience to follow along.
So she didn't realize, I was like, watch, you're going to start, and next thing you're going to be calling things out.
Correct.
Oh, taquitos.
Right.
Delicious.
Correct.
That blew my mind right there.
Well,
So if you're not watching the floor, this
we
is
were going back to back too with the answers, and she got stuck on taquitos.
Eat your taquitos from the gas station, first and foremost.
You can also get them in any freezer section at any grocery store.
I'm going to throw this one to you now, because you had questions.
So you have something else coming up that's kind of big. They did this last year, and you're seeing this with a lot of fandoms. We're getting cruises out of Florida going to the Bahamas or Mexico or something in that regard. And I haven't been on one yet, but it seems like these fandom cruises can be absolutely so much fun. So you did a Clerks with KevinSmith
Correct.
last year, and you're doing another one next year.
So we did Jay and Silent Bob's ViewAskew. And what it was in February of 2024, we went from Miami to Nassau, Bahamas. And it was like a 3-day tour kind of thing. And to be honest with you, when you sail out of Miami, you literally could get to the Bahamas in an hour.
Oh, yeah.
So all they do,
Short trip,
they literally just
circle.
jog circles in the Caribbean. So it was such a success, they wanted to sign us right then and there for this year, this festival. We were like, whoa. This put there's a lot of planning, a lot of schedules just to get what we did this year. And also, our fan base are not, Rockefellers and Kardashians. So it takes a while to drop. No, but I mean, it's dropped to drop 4 to 12 grand. They're not cheap. Correct. We had a family. We had a family of like 3 or 4, so they dropped 12 grand on their cabins and food plans.
Yeah.
But we had a great time. We had bands, we had myself, and Kevin, and Jay, and his wife. We had people like Jason Lee and Ian Suppley, and a really great crowd. I really enjoyed this part. One of the events that I was the host of was a bar. The ship has 7 of them, and we did 7 different stops where we would go from bar to bar. They would make a signature drink from each bar, and then we would review them, and then everybody gathered together. We're moving on, and this whole group, when they first put it up on the website, they crashed their website because it sold out in less than 3 minutes. Wow. So then they wrote to my agents, and they wrote to me going, hey, they sold out immediately. They want you to do another one. I'm like, well, not doing it on the same night. They're like, no. We'll do 2 on 2 separate nights. Correct. You did break our internet. And so we did. We scheduled the second one, and it brought in 100 people per party. Wow. Yeah, it was huge. So we're going to do that again. And I thought you guys would enjoy that because you're not the only one that enjoys a good beer. In fact, I think it's a sip rate. Cheers.
Cheers. So as far as that goes, like, what kind of things, is it all cocktails, is it beer, what kind of drinks are we talking about?
That's the thing. Every style of bar was a different thing because there was a champagne bar. There was a regular kind of Irish pub. There was a bar that was like a nightclub. So every place had a different type of thing. So there would be, like a very girly drink on one. And you'd be, a champagne mix kind of cocktail. But then there would be the Irish pub, like not a stout, but I think a lager. Right. And then there was another mixed cocktail that was something, I forget what it was. But they were all delicious. And no one was like hammered at the end of it. It literally was just 7. And they were
you're having small drinks. Right.
And one of them was dealer's choice. So they had like 5 different beers to choose from, or the hard seltzer, what it was. And then they were like, whatever is these 5, everybody went, oh, have that one, have that one. Which was fun. And then it all ended up, one of the other events was silent disco. Which I don't know if your viewers know, you put headphones on. But here was the difference. We had 2 DJs. So you could put on this and then switch over to another one. So some people would be dancing to one thing, another person would be like rocking to another. And it was a lot of fun. So that's what we brought 100 people into the disco, and then that part. So it was a good lead into another. We had game shows, if you remember Mallrats, the Truth or Date. We didn't do the date part because it's a weird world that we live in today where people are forced to date.
Oh, yeah.
So we just did trivia based on it. So I was the MC for that, where we had Ethan Supley and Jason Lee read the questions for the contestants. And we got 3 women to compete against each other, and then 3 men, and then the winners of the men and the women, the 2 battled each other. And it was a great battle, and there were some amazing questions. And hearing Jason Lee or Ethan Supley read them was a bonus in itself. So many things. If you want to go to Jay and Silent Bob's cruiseaskew.com to book your cabin, the first 400 we just are releasing. April 1st is when you can actually book a room outside the resale. The resale people who sign up, the first 400 get exclusive access to the KevinSmith and Jay and Silent Bob's secret lounge.
Secret.
You're hearing it first. So go sign up. Jay and Silent Bob's Cruiseaskew. We're going from Tampa to
Mexico.
Yes, Costa Maya, Mexico.
There's Mayan temples there.
If they let you in, if they let us in.
They'll let you in, but won't let you back in.
Here's the thing. I'm just glad we're going to be sailing across the Gulf of America.
We go to Gulf of America, where eagles screech every day overseas. Now, dealer's choice. What would be your dealer's choice drink of choice? Should you choose the menu?
Oh, well, I'm a big bourbon guy to begin with, so something has to be with bourbon. I'm a big bourbon mixed with either a smoky kind of burner over it or a fruit cocktail, like a black raspberry bourbon smash. So that would be my first go-to if we're going to talk about an actual mixed drink. As far as beers or lagers, I'm a stout guy when it comes to, like, I'm going to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good, satisfying thing. I've never seen anybody get completely out of their mind just drinking stouts. Don't call me Ireland, I know the stories.
Clearly hasn't seen me fall asleep when it was Hercules.
I got it.
We're talking about barrel-aged stouts. Like
Stouts,
Guinness
yes.
is like 4%.
Correct.
Barrel-aged stouts are like 10%.
Correct.
Enough for me to
Very
go.
different
Yes.
things.
Don't get started on the Dutch stouts. Those are nightmares. So anyway, yeah, that's what I would do. I would do something bourbonish, something stoutish. And then as far as champagne, you can do a lot with champagne. It's a very light thing. Like, I had a really great Prosecco there at the hotel that we're staying in there. There was a great drink called the Madeline. And it's vodka, lime juice, and Prosecco with blackberry. And it was so light and airy. Yeah.
In my head, this is all going down.
You want to go to the Hilton in downtown Richmond, go into the bar there on the ground floor.
That's where we got our Starbucks.
Yes.
And that's where you want to pick up the Madeline.
I do.
Which is so funny because we just talked about Madeline, who was my competitor in architecture.
We did.
And it all comes first.
And I actually did, and I swear to God I did this. I took a picture of the drink, took a picture of the names of the drink on the menu, and I texted it to her saying, I had to do this in honor of you. I had a drink either.
Everybody seems like they're a pretty good sport on the
We
field,
are.
though.
We got along. There was
a lot of grace.
There was maybe one or two people that just didn't drive well. They didn't play well.
You know, there's a bunch of people that start out competitively.
There are definitely high stakes competitors. There's a 6-time champion of Jeopardy that's yet to be activated on the floor. So there's a lot of competition. There were a lot of smart competitive people. And, you know, a lot of people are like, what are you thinking? You're just so active. And I'm like, well, you know, first of all, they think I'm a gazillionaire. It's not true. Regular actors are working steps just like
Right, you have to work just like we have to work.
correct. And so it was an opportunity that I've never done a game show. I was like, why not? And I've been able to hold my own for most of it. I would say for the most part. I'm not just this pretty face.
There's more than just
There's substance.
Brains and beauty.
I'm just saying. So now, as we get closer to Easter, Mallrats is notorious for feeding up a wonderful Easter bunny, if you will. Lauren, you have a question about this. What do you have?
Yes, so we're going to be dropping a special Mallrats episode on our podcast for Easter because Easter's on 420. So if we could just give a background story, just some little tidbit or fun fact on Mallrats. And she was not Dante Hicks in Mallrats.
No, he
So
was
if
on.
you're not familiar, it's Mallrats. Great movie. The second of
It was my first introduction into the ViewAskew universe.
We had some really. We went right from doing an independent kind of small, someone hold the fucking boom kind of thing to bam, Universal Studios kind of funded film with real lights, real crew, real dressing rooms and whatnot. Got to work with the great late Shannon Doherty, Michael Rooker, some unknown named Ben Flash.
He was like, was he Robin? He was something like that. You know, he was in some movie.
And
He wasn't a nice guy.
And so
He's always depressed drinking Dunkin' Donuts.
Joey Lauren Adams, another great one there, and many, many more. Jason Lee, his first film ever, Jason Lee. I know, you would think the Chipmunks movie. No, this was it. And many, many more. So it was great. We shot that up in Minnetonka, Minnesota, Eden Prairie Mall, just outside of Minneapolis. It was a brand new mall. It was literally, we were able to take over a brand new mall. Take over all these storefronts as camera department, hair and makeup department, and our restaurant storefronts. So we would have so much fun there. We were nervous at the time, like, oh my God, we're working on a real Hollywood movie. This sucks, like, right? Yeah, and so when the Easter Bunny scene happened, and you could see these kids and they're seeing this fight, it was amazing. I was there for 11 days of a month and a half shoot, I think it was, and I had a blast. I remember Shannon Doherty was obviously a big name back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
She had a bodyguard and a German Shepherd, like, attacked her full time. Yeah, there was a lot of people hating on Brenda there. But it was the type of thing where I was like, oh my God, and I was a cigarette smoker back in that day. I was standing there on set in the mall with my holding an ashtray while smoking far away from the set, and then she came over, never said a word to me, but was like, and then took a drag and just gave me the, and I was like, she just walked away with her dog and her bodyguard. But I always enjoyed chatting with like Mike Rooker.
Oh yeah.
Because I was at that time, Cliffhanger was a big actor that day, and I was like, Cliffhanger guy.
Yeah.
He was really kind of cool. Ethan was very fun, but Jason Lee, first time in a film, was so cool, so genuinely cool. We're literally on the set of Mallrats. Kevin gave me and Jason the script to dog, and they were like, I want you to read these characters, Barbie and we're like, oh, this is awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then some knuckleheads named
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. Again, these guys just
Matt
Damon or Ben Affleck. Horning in on my roles. I would have been Loki, by the way.
Then you could have been in the Thor movie too.
I
You could
know.
have been dying this. Thanks a lot. Go back to Mars, Matt Damon.
Whatever. Martians. You would not.
Yeah, you should have stayed on Mars.
Yes.
No, the always thing about Ben and Matt, they were always very kind to me every time. Like, Mallrats. or not Mallrats, Chasing Amy.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, that was the first time we've seen that in the KevinSmith movie. He played the TV executive. He was always genuinely respectful. He was cool. And every time he would send you at crew functions, like, hey, how's the theater thing going? Big ups to that. And also, they have a company, a production company that is all about the artist getting a piece of the action, not just the distributors. So that's the great thing about them. So,
That's a big thing, especially nowadays.
yeah,
You know,
the industry is such
artists
crazy.
and the writers, they're dudes.
Yeah, it's in flux, and it's trying to get the money back to the artists who deserve it the most.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so Mallrats, a lot of fun times. I'll never forget the good times we had there. I remember once one of the local friends from Jersey who was working on the film, he had brought some weed. Who knows where it came from? It was crazy level weed. I went up to my room and my room was spinning. And I'm shocked I survived the night. I went downstairs and I'm like, hey dude, where did you get that weed we had last night? He goes, oh, my ex-girlfriend sent it in the mail.
The mail.
And the mail part wasn't the troubling part. It was the ex-girlfriend part. I was like, bro,
I'm over here like, hey, the mail. He's like, no, my ex-girlfriend,
Yeah,
so she's trying to poison you.
Yes, that's why I said, like, your ex-girlfriend, she's trying to kill you, bro.
Hey, you know that part when you said ex? Yeah,
And he knows the person if he sees it. You know what I'm talking about.
He knows.
I hope he sees it.
You know, Brian has so many good things. I cannot recommend TheFloor enough. You know, it's all ages. I have a 6 and a 9-year-old. They're actively rooting for you. Actively. Like, my kids, they're sitting here watching, they're eating food, and they're like, is Brian on yet? And I'm like, not yet. And then Brian gets on, and they're like, let's go. So it's all ages. It is on Hulu and Disney Plus. Cannot recommend because you will get sucked into it. That's Lauren found out.
You
She
put it on for me
was
last
shouting out at 11 a.m. or 11 p.m.
It does suck.
Taquitos!
So
It
we're
does.
in season 3. You can catch up on Hulu. It's the best way to do it. Or Tubi if you really don't have those things.
That's true.
Tubi's free. It will have commercials, obviously. And
Oh
they're
my God.
always 2 weeks behind on the actual.
Commercials. What a day.
It is what it is. Can't pay bills.
We do. And Lauren, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap this piece up?
Just thank you so much again for talking with us. If you have been following us for a while, you know that we got to interview him a few years ago, and that was the highlight of our freaking podcast.
The highlight of my con
And
again,
him
like-
again. We can't thank you enough.
If you're also new to the show, go back and find that.
Yes.
We have a whole playlist dedicated to FanX Salt Lake, actually.
Yep. And we have it, on our YouTube. And again, happy Easter, guys. Go beat up an Easter bunny and cheers. Don't beat up an Easter bunny.
I think
Just watch Mallrats to get that out of
there
you.
you go.
There you
Watch
go.
Mallrats.
But not with your kids.
Hardywood Richmond Lager. Big thumbs up.
Hardywood, shout out to you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.